Alrighty. So here we are again. This time with Mr. Neil deGrasse Tyson. So Brian Cox didn't really mention the photons and the light delay, which it's a bit strange, okay? Any eclipse I've ever seen with people talking over it, nobody ever has mentioned a photon or light delay. Right, let's see what happens here, shall we?
Wow.
So it started off the first couple of minutes and they were outside and they've just come inside. The outside, not much was said, but inside, it's interesting.
Beautiful.
Okay.
I love it. How does this work exactly?
All right, let me get a couple of orbs. Be right back.
Oh, we're getting orbs. Ah. All right.
All right. Why don't you hold on to Earth for a
Okay,
sec?
I'll hold on to Earth.
Okay.
Okay.
And I got the moon.
Okay.
So, these are in correct size relative to each other.
I didn't realize the moon was that big.
We got a...
Earth is 3.6 times bigger in diameter than the moon. That looks a little bit too big.
We got a bad moon
Oh,
around
yeah.
the Earth. We have one of the biggest moons in the solar system.
Wow.
Okay. So, here's how it works. So, Earth and the moon always have a shadow in space.
Right.
Always.
All the
But
time.
the moon's orbit around the Earth is not always lined up with the sun.
Okay.
It's tipped. So here's the shadow, it misses the Earth.
Sure.
Okay? And it could be down here, the shadow misses the Earth again.
Mm-hmm.
Every now and then, every couple of years, somewhere on Earth, the shadow will come right onto Earth's surface.
Right here.
The shadow in space.
So then the sun. The
Wait,
Earth
wait,
and the
wait,
sun.
wait.
Oh, wait. Whoa.
Hey,
Buster,
I'm
hold.
sorry. I'm just passing by.
Buster,
I always
hold.
wanted to be the sun.
You know, it's so funny because your mama says you're so bright. That's why she calls you son.
Exactly. So he's where the sun should be taken.
Okay, I'm the
He
sun.
came in just in the nick of
All
time.
right.
I'm sorry about this.
It's gonna happen.
So you're lit up on the moon is lit up on the other side.
Uh-huh.
From Earth, you can't even see the moon because it's lit on the other side.
Uh-huh.
But you can see the sun, and as the moon orbits the Earth,
Boom.
it blocks the sunlight.
That's
There's only
right.
one area.
It blocks the sunlight. Now, I mean, this photon thing, why wouldn't he have said, well, what happens here is because it takes 8 minutes and 20 seconds, etc., etc.
We'll have total blackness.
One area, and it moves across Earth's surface. So that's why the eclipse has a beginning and an end. But here's something else that's really cool.
Okay.
Okay? When that eclipse occurs, it's coming across North America.
Right.
Okay? So there we have it right there. Got North America.
Yeah.
So here's the moon coming
Yeah.
around. It blocks the sun.
Right.
You can't, your sun has to stay where it is.
You don't
move. You don't move. We
Okay.
move. You don't move. Okay.
All right.
All right. If you're going to be the sun, you got to like
Stationary. Steady as a rock.
you got to follow
That's why,
instructions.
that's
I apologize again.
why Lester's our anchor.
So the moon comes, now watch.
Okay.
The Earth is also rotating in the same direction
Oh.
the moon is going around the Earth. So we experience more eclipse time than we otherwise would because we're moving with the shadow. But the shadow's going about 2,000 miles an hour across. It's crazy fast. And Earth at this latitude is going about 800 miles an
Now
hour.
is it gonna get dark? I mean,
Dark,
like
dark.
Now, isn't that amazing? So, we're spinning on our axis. The moon is obviously orbiting us in the same direction that we spin on our axis. But, they're on about shadow, the sun, blocked, but no mention of any light delay. Why is that? I mean, it's the most important thing at the whole solar eclipse, isn't it? The light delay. It's beyond comprehension, isn't it, really? It's almost as if he's talking about it as if the photon doesn't even exist. Isn't he? Yeah, he is.
nighttime.
Dark. When this comes in, when it's night, the stars come out, the planets are in view, animals start behaving weirdly, especially the humans.
Not everybody's gonna get total blackness.
No, if you're in the partial shadow, it's called the penumbra.
So it'll get like twilight.
Yeah, no, not even that dark. A little bit of sun is a lot of sun. I'll give you an example. You can do this math. Okay, you can check me on this if
I
you
will,
want.
absolutely.
Okay.
Hold on, let me get my calculator.
If you
I'm
were
a son, so I'm good.
Yeah, he's got it all. If you were 99% coverage, okay, if the moon covers 99% of the sun, so 1% sliver still remains, that's the light equivalent of 10,000 full moons.
Wow.
That is amazing, isn't it? One sliver, 1% left. The other 99% of the sun covered up by the moon. The light delay, no mention, but that 1%, that 1% of the sun that is showing is the equivalent of, what did he say? 10,000 full moons. That's not bad for a sun that's radiating its light at a rate of one of its diameters every 4.6 seconds for a total travel time of 8 minutes and 20 seconds to planet Earth. But no mention at all of any of that.
If you're outside of the shadow and you're looking at the sun, definitely you want to wear the glasses. If you're in the penumbra, you want to wear the glasses because the sun is still showing.
Right.
The moment the sun disappears, the moon is completely covering it. And when it's completely covering it, take off the glasses and bask.
That's the umbra.
You are in the umbra and you can bask in the glow, the soft glow of the solar corona. That is the outer atmosphere of the sun that you would not normally see.
Hang on a minute. What? Now he's saying what I've been saying, hasn't he? The corona, the actual sun. You're seeing the sun, something that you usually cannot see at the same time as you're stood in photons that have traveled for 8 minutes and 20 seconds. Look, this is so ridiculous, okay? How can people not see what is going on?
Because the sun itself is so bright. So if you can move a little bit into the totality, do it.
Are there any astronomical events happening, like comet?
Oh, yes. Oh, thank you. So during totality, it's about 4 minutes. Totality. That's how long it takes. When the sky darkens, you'll see stars, you'll see constellations that you would normally see 6 months away from now. You'll see autumn stars in the sky.
Wow.
6 months out of phase because they're blocked by sunlight these days. Okay, so you'll see the night sky, you'll see planets. And there's a comet that is visible in the sky right now. There's a comet that's colloquially known as the Devil's Comet. But it is kind of photobombing the eclipse, right? It will be manifest during deep eclipse when it's dark enough to be nighttime. Most people don't even notice. But if you know to look, it's there. It's a comet.
Talk about taking the fun out of it.
Plus,
The hell with it.
But plus,
anything to distract people from looking at the eclipse, probably, because somebody might go, hang on a minute, where's the light delay?
ow. Even though there are planets and comets and stars, there's an eclipse going on.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to be looking
Go
at
with
the
the
eclipse.
eclipse.
I'm looking at the eclipse.
That's what we're here for.
Yes. So let me talk you through the final moments
Okay.
of the partial phases. So the sun gets skinnier and skinnier and skinnier. And the crescent gets thinner and thinner. It starts getting eerily dark. Twilight descent.
Don't forget this, obviously, after a delay of 8 minutes and 20 seconds for the light, the photons, to get here.
Is upon the land. And in that last moment, sunlight only peers through the mountains and valleys of the surface of the moon. And as it does that, there's something called Bailey's beads. Lasts just seconds. And they're called beads because it's just sunlight peering through mountaintops. And there's a little bead of sunlight there and a little wider bead over there.
Isn't that fascinating? So what he's saying is the sun's light is so bright, so intense, so crystal whatever, that you can actually see the little mountainous surface, the terrain on the moon, right? Now, it's with the sun, isn't it? It is the sun being blocked by the moon. You heard him there. Now, I haven't heard a photon or a 299,792 kilometers per second. I haven't heard anything. Is this a case of yum yum cake? And I'm going to eat it too. And I'll have another piece.
Depending on how the mountains are spread, it's just called Bailey's beads. It's a fun moment. And when the last bit of sun remains to be hidden, that's a beam of light, but you can still see the rest of the eclipse taking shape.
Mm-hmm.
It looks exactly like a diamond ring.
Wow.
And we call it a diamond ring effect. Then you descend into darkness.
Isn't that fascinating? But 8 minutes and 20 seconds, where is this delay?
Last few moments, it's seconds. You can take off your glasses and watch that happen. Wow. It's beautiful. And then the whole thing repeats in reverse. Okay? You get the Bailey's beads, the diamond ring on the exit, you get the thin crescent, and then the moon moves off the surface of the sun.
Put those glasses back on.
Then you put...
Excuse me, Neil, look, where's the delay? Where's the 8 minutes and 20 seconds, the photons and stuff?
the glasses back on. But imagine if the moon's orbit were in the plane of Earth's orbit around the sun. If that were the case, then every new moon, you'd have a total solar eclipse. And every full moon, you'd have a lunar eclipse. So it would happen every month.
Wow.
And people would just get bored by it. You might pause, oh, that's nice. But let's keep going, let's get a sandwich. So because things don't always align, it lends to the rarity of the event and the specialness of the event, which is why countless millions of people assemble when there's an eclipse.
People want to be together.
They want to be together and share a cosmic phenomenon together. So can I tell you a little, my favorite sentence I ever composed?
Sure.
The spinning planets orbit the sun along their appointed paths like pirouetting dancers in a cosmic ballet,
I apologize again, okay?
choreographed by the forces of gravity.
Wow.
Okay, my man, it's okay. It's okay, we're gonna get through this.
I'm sorry, yeah?
I think he's mocking you.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about...
Now, this is where I'd say you can paint this any colour you want, okay? Nobody has mentioned a photon, a light delay. Nobody has mentioned anything about anything. Brian Cox, Neil deGrasse Tyson, two of the top geezers when it comes to this stuff. There are no photons. It is the sun being blocked by the moon. It's not photons. You don't get beads, little tiny, what looks like beads, as the last of the sun is screaming through the mountainous terrain on the moon, and you can actually see the sun, obviously, in real time behind the moon. It has to be in real time, doesn't it? You heard what he said. It's amazing. It's amazing. The things that it's so illogical and so obvious, right? It actually defies common sense and logic that people are not seeing this for what it is. Yeah, lost a guinea pig this afternoon. So it was a bit of a, it was one of those afternoons. So I was hoping to have done this earlier and I would already be on to something else by now. But yeah, it slowed us down a bit. But that nothing can slow the sun's light down because it's absolute. And they, when they talk about the solar eclipse, kind of admit it. Not admit it knowingly, but they're explaining it as it works with absolute light. Because with finite light, it couldn't happen. It couldn't happen. How can you see the sun directly behind the mountainous terrain on the moon? What's that all about? If the sun went out in that second, you're seeing it. A solar eclipse, aren't you? You're seeing the sun directly behind the moon in real time. There's no 8-minute and 20-second delay. So again, what's going on? How, got another, it's way over the 50-minute mark by. How are people, I'm hoping a lot of people are waking up. I'm tempted, after the guinea pig loss, it's amazing that so quick, gone. He didn't have a lot of information, but I feel I did, so I might as well start jotting a few things down, just in case. You never know, do you, eh? Now, what I've been saying all along, I slam dunk what I'm about to do. Right, photon. Where are you? What are you seeing? Let's put you over here. All right. The photon. We've got 299,792 kilometers per second. A solar eclipse proves only one thing, and that one thing is it doesn't matter how far away a light source is. If it's going to reach somewhere, it reaches there at absolute speed. This is why the solar eclipse plays out like it does. See that shadow, that 3D moon? How it doesn't matter where this light goes, that shadow will be directly in line with the object casting it and the light behind it. Slam dunk. I think everybody should have seen that by now. So, buckle up, Dorothy. Photon does not exist. There is no evidence for 299,792 kilometers per second. The only evidence is for absolute light. It's a fact. You can argue against this fact, but it's a waste of time, right? It's called cognitive dissonance. You are having a lot of trouble dealing with something that's turned out to be nearly opposite of what has been taught. Photon does not exist. Light years. There is no such thing as a light year. You're seeing a few couple of stars in the night sky. The reason you are seeing those stars is because they are powerful enough to radiate far enough that your eyesight can pick them up. You're not going to cast a shadow with the light of a faraway star, but you can see it, your eyes detect it. The reason you are detecting it is because it is powerful enough to be seen, right? If, it's a bit of a paradox kind of a thing, if there is a light source in the night sky that you don't see, you wouldn't even know that you're not seeing it. But it's not going to arrive the day after tomorrow. Any light source that you see, you are seeing live. They are looking through space telescopes, which I very much doubt because of the thrust in the vacuum thing. If they're looking at stars that we cannot see with the naked eye, and they're looking far, far away, they are still seeing those stars live. It's absolute light. Live. There is no delay. It's illogical. You either see it or you don't. Right. Dorothy, are you buckled? Gravitational waves. LIGO, the Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory. Now, here's the thing. The person running that, if I'm not mistaken, okay, he also directed the movie Interstellar, one of the most talked about, raved about science fiction movies ever. I'm not sure if he won awards for it, but isn't that bizarre? What a combo. He's cracked off with Interstellar and he's in charge of LIGO, the gravitational wave detector. Common sense and logic. Still looking for something that travels at 299,792 kilometers per second, and we haven't yet. An absurdity. It is an absurdity. Is it or is it not worked out with the speed of light? Bang! Ooh. There is no evidence for 299,792,458 meters per second. The Big Bang Theory is rubbish. It's rubbish. Buckle up. Relativity. Pleasure's all mine. 1905. Albert Einstein. I know. Das photon. Now why on earth? Why on earth would Albert Einstein have come up with a call like that, knowing about solar eclipses? And you're going to tell me, you are going to insult my intelligence and say that, well, maybe he just overlooked it. No. It's the same vibe as Galileo telling an assistant to go up an opposing hilltop while he goes up the other one, and they're going to do the lantern thing. A couple of k's apart in the 1600s, a couple of kilometers apart. No electricity, no nothing. Middle of the night, a couple of kilometers apart. Now what? Look, these things, right, must be a test. People need to start waking up. Now, if, I'm saying if because the photon does not exist, light is absolute, okay? Now, radio communications, the delay, talking to Mars, talking to Ingenuity, Perseverance, Curiosity. We can't talk to them for another 12 minutes, right? We've spoken to them. It takes 12 minutes for the signal to get there. They have to process. Ingenuity probably come in for a quick landing, cup of tea, suss out the message and bounce it back. 15 minutes later. But isn't like that. It's probably the same as light. If you can see a light source, you're seeing it because it is powerful enough, right? You can see it. If that light source goes out, all of the light that it was radiating disappears with it. There can be no light without a light source. You cannot separate the sun that's shining on the grass down here from the sun itself. If one disappears, the other goes. You cannot have one on its own. You can't have the grass green and the sun not be in the sky. You can't have the sun in the sky and the grass not be green. It's absolute. There is no delay. It is absolute. So, as you can see, we're knocking a few things off. Communications. Speed of light? No. If you are within range, then you can speak to somebody. If you're not in range, tough. You don't bounce a message that continues after you turn your radio off and whoever's receiving it picks it up in a few hours. It's ridiculous. It doesn't work. I guarantee you it doesn't work like that. No source, no light. No light source, no light. No radio on. No message. You have to be within range. Voyagers. What is it? One of them's reaching a light day. 1970s hardware. 1970s hardware. 1970s hardware. And this thing is receiving updates at over 20 billion kilometers away. It's taking nearly a day for the signal to get there. Are you kidding me? You must be kidding me, right? It's so stupid that it's unbelievable. So many people have fallen for it. I get it but I guarantee you, I am correct here, right? I slam dunk this stuff. There is no evidence for any of it. Roma, first of all, he didn't have any accurate timekeeping devices. Second of all, we've seen a solar eclipse down here. You just heard the man there explain it. Sliver of sun. You could see the sun behind the mountains. What does that sound like to people? Finite light, traveling at 299,792 kilometers per second. It is an insult to everybody's intelligence. Look, you know where this can go. 20, all right, that's coming up to 30. This just keeps on going. Anything to do with the speed of light, it's wrong. I once said, any equation that has this number in it is wrong. Every single equation that has had those numbers for the current speed of light in it are wrong. The whole thing is in people's minds. And the evidence, the latest, you heard Neil explaining the solar eclipse. Listen, truth is not measured in mass appeal. It is, but it shouldn't be, right? There is no merit in not understanding something but still believing it. What is that? Where does that end? Where does it go? You should already be seeing signs of that, what's happened in the recent past. Common sense. Speed of light is not about science. Common sense got in there, put the foot in the door well before the science even woke up. All right, guys, coming up to 30 minutes. It's obvious. All right, laters.